All Nigerians know that the next year, 2027, is the year of general elections. If you are not aware, I guess you are not in Nigeria, you are not in Nigeria. So, for you to be a Nigerian in Nigeria or whatever part of the world, you should be aware that 2027 is a very, very important year in Nigeria because it's another year for general elections where we vote for the president, the House of Assembly, that is the Senate, and the House of Representatives, the Federal House of Representatives. Also, other states will be having their elections in 2027. This is 2026, and several states will be having their elections this year also. So this information is not just another information, but it's to tell you that you need to participate in the elections because we always complain that Nigeria is this, Nigeria is that. We don't have good government, those in office are not doing well. But complaining will not solve the problem. What will solve the problem is you getting your PVC and going out to vote on the day of elections. And that is why we have this video. And on today's episode of TheJohnPatrick, we are talking about PVC, that is permanent voters card. How can you get yours? Because without it, you can't vote in the next elections. Some states will be having their elections, as I said earlier. So if you want to participate in your state elections, go get your PVC as soon as possible. If possible, after this video, after watching this video, click on your Chrome or any browser you make use of and get ready to vote by registering for your PVC. And today's episode, all I'm going to talk about is how to register for your PVC. So I'll be showing you the process of registering for your PVC, and not only that, in subsequent videos I'll be telling you how to participate in elections. You do not only need to vote. I have this manual here because during my NYC year, in the state I serve, there was a by-elections for the Federal House of Representatives. I think the honorable died and he needed to be replaced, so there was by-elections in that local government. So we had to, as core members, needed to assist the INEC in getting that process done, and that is how I got this manual. And it's the manual for election officials, Independent National Electoral Commission manual for electoral officials 2023. So this was the one they used in 2023. We do not know if there's going to be a revised version for 2027. So I'll be telling us a whole lot of things that you need to know from this manual, although not in this episode. So this episode is just to let you know how you can register for your PVC. So join me. So welcome back, and I have my second phone here, and I'll be using this to tell you how to go about registering, because there are two phases for registering for your permanent voters card. The first one is the online registration, where you are going to input all of your details, and the second one is where you go to the local government, the INEC local government office where you've chosen, which is closest to your local government or where you stay, to do your biometrics. Do you understand? So as soon as you've done your online registration, you're going to pick where you want to go for your biometrics, and once you do that, they're going to give you the dates for you to come back for your PVC. And just for your information, the closing date for the PVC registration is April 17th. Coincidentally, guess, it's my birthday, and that is one of the reasons I am quite particular for this. And I'm sure that you must have seen my videos on the John Patrick PVC challenge, where I challenge people to get their PVC, and I noticed that a lot of persons watch the video but they don't know how to go about it, and that is why we have this video. So let's dive right in how to register for your PVC. What you need to do is go on your browser, whatever browser you make use of, and then search for INEC registration. I've also searched for it, that's why it's got it immediately. As soon as you search for INEC registration, to bring up the INEC portal, and it will give you the portal for you to register for your PVC. You see National Electoral Commission. Welcome. This is the INEC Continuous Voters Registration Portal. You can find out where to register as a new voter. As a registered voter, you can review your voter registration request to update your information or transfer your voter registration to another polling unit, and track the current status of your PVC application and find out your collection center. So this explains everything you need to know about your PVC. Provided you registered for your PVC and you got it in the last election, that was in 2022, 2023, and you've changed location, probably you were in Lagos State, for example, and you change location to probably Abuja or Port Harcourt or Enugu State or Abia State, whatever state, you can change your polling unit. So you don't need to travel down to Lagos to come and vote. You can change your polling unit to whatever state, whatever local government you are in now. So all you need to do is just scroll. So you click on get started, yes, and while it's load, it will show you different things depending on what you want to do. If you want to register as a new vote, they have several services. There is the new voters pre-registration, that is for you to start your registration online. There is the voter information review. You're going to check your voter information. Then for you to locate registration centers, also transfer, you're going to transfer from one state to another, or you want to update your information. If you are a fully registered voter and you wish to update the information on your voter's card, click on the button below to begin the process. So everything you want to do, provided you registered last time and you did not collect your PVC, you click here you click on uncollected PVC. If you have registered previously and you have not gotten your permanent voters card PVC, click on the button below to find out where you can pick your PVC. Or if you have a lost or damaged PVC, also click on the submit request there, and you will be able to register or get another PVC. So what we are particular about today is new voter pre-registration. So just click on start registration. So this will take us to where we want to register for PVC. So I have logged into my account, and you have to now put in all of this information. As soon as you have put in all of this information, you are going to input the documents that are needed, and then you save and continue to the next page. So I have registered before, and I can't register again for the sake of doing the right thing. But why we are doing this is to show you how to register. So as soon as you've logged in and you have created your account and logged in, it will bring you to this page, which is voter pre-registration, and it show you the steps. Step 1 is to fill pre-registration form on this portal. 2 is to choose an appointment date for your biometric capture. 3 is to generate application slip for your pre-registration and visit chosen biometrics registration center to capture your fingerprint and photo. 5 is track registration status online. 6, be notified when your PVC is ready. 7, pick your PVC. So this is just to, I'm sure you can see why pre-register. This pre-registration process is being developed so that only the capture of biometric information, that is fingerprints and front facing photographs, will be done during the actual on-site registration process. I really like this because when you go there, as soon as you get to your turn, it will take up to between 5 to 10 minutes thereabouts for you to do this capturing, and that is going to save you the time and stress as the INEC office. So once you do this online, you don't need to go through the stress physically. So all you just need to do is capture your face and your fingerprint. Then say the estimated time to be spent during on-site registration has been decreased because you would have already provided key data during the pre-registration process, which I just explained. This pre-registration system will also allow INEC to manage the number of expected registrants as the given registration center. So let us try to register, although I won't be registering and I won't be something. I just want to show you what it looks like. So yes, so this is the voter pre-registration biodata form. So you input all of your details here: your last name, surname, first name, other names, date of birth, gender. All of this information very important. Of course, I'm in Nigeria, no, you're in Nigeria. You put that in. Your email address, put it in. Additional information, level of education, everything. So it's actually quite simple, you get. So all of these informations are just necessary, just impute them. So now you also impute where you want to have your polling unit. So if you look at 2023, for example, and you see that the state you are in presently is not the state you are going to be in during the election, so you are going to select that. You understand? So you select what state you want. If you are going to be in Benue, for example, you're not going to as soon as you pick Benue for you now look for the local government you think you are going to be in. Let's say Logo. I don't know if I pronounce that well. Then you have to speak your registration area or ward. That's your polling ward, your ward. Yes. So you pick that. Let's pick the first one. Then it will now give you the polling units in that ward. There are several polling units in specific ward. So you can't go to another polling unit in another ward to vote, whereas your polling unit is in another ward. So once you pick your ward, it's going to give you the polling units in that ward. So you are going to look for the polling unit that is closest to your residence where you stay, because we all know that during elections they don't allow for vehicle movement, so you can't move from one place to the other. So you have to walk to the nearest polling unit close to you. So that is why you need to be sure of where you are going to be and register for that space. So let's say that RCM school, Gondoza playground is the place closest to your your house where you stay. That's when you're going to pick this. So the next thing you need to do is upload documents to support your request. So you're going to click on what documents do you need. You're going to click on the documents you need, and you see that this is not necessary because yes, I think it's not necessary because there's no red star on it that shows how necessary it is. So as soon as you are done, you click on save and continue. So it takes you to the next place. So I won't be able to go to the next place because I have already registered. I don't want to register twice. So this is quite simple and straightforward. As soon as you are done with this part, it's going to take you to, if I remember clearly, it's going to take you to where you are going to have your biometrics done. So it's going to ask what state you are in, what local government you are in, so that you can have your registration, your biometrics that is going to capture your face and your fingers. I think it's the 2 fingers, I can't really remember this. So you're going to capture your finger, your prints, so that during the election day you're going to use either your face for verification and your prints for verification. So that is why this is necessary. So this answers to how you can get your registration done. So that is for new registration. This is evidence that I have registered for my own PVC. So I'm not just telling you to do what I have not done. So this is welcome John Patrick. That's my name, of course. Then you see that I have my I have my own register. So you can see that INEC recognizes me. Say welcome John Patrick. You have been successfully logged in. So they know me because I have registered for my PVC. So you are yes, I checked my application yesterday. That's why it's showing yesterday 10:20. So if now look at this now. So I have registered before, but if I want to do another registration, probably that one wasn't good, I'll register again. Then, which I just showed you how to register. Then review. If I want to, if you have registered and you have not yet reviewed your information by providing your photo online, blah blah blah, click on this and transfer. If you have registered and you want to change your voting location to another polling unit, you can also do this. Information updates. Probably you are single, you're now married, you want to infuse that, fine, you impute it. If probably you had an accident and you are now, they call it PWD, persons with PWD, persons with disability. So probably there was an accident before after you did your registration and you are now someone with a disability, you can also update that information so that they make arrangements for you. So collect your PVC, you can do that here also. Lost or damaged PVC. So let's try transfer and see what transfer will look like. If you want to transfer your PVC from your polling units from one polling unit to another, probably you change state or residence. So look, for example, this is where I put my own and you see my details. I'm going to blur it, I don't want you to see my details. So it's already telling me, are you doing this process for yourself or assisting someone? Of course, I'm doing it for myself. So all you need to do is, this is just a show of how it works. And yes, you have seen the process of getting registered for your PVC. So what is delaying you? Let me just tell you one or two things. In the last elections, I myself, I couldn't vote because I was in Ibadan. Yes, I remember clearly I was in Ibadan and I wanted to register, but at that point it was 2 or 3 days to the close of registration. So when I had done the online registration, and for me to go for my biometrics, on getting to the polling units, there were hundreds of people. When I got my tally, I think I was 500 or something, but there were a whole lot of, I can remember that there were over 400 persons before me, and all of them were there to do their biometrics. So I couldn't wait. I was like, I was going back to school if the following week I would go and do it there. But unknowing to me that at the time, registration, PVC registration in Ife or Osun State had closed because the Osun State elections was closed, I think just few months, so they had closed the registration for Osun State. So by that I could not register for my PVC. I was so pained. So come 2023, I had my favorite candidate that I was going to vote for, but I couldn't vote for him. All I was able to do was to campaign and talk to people. Oh, you have your PVC, make sure you register for. So I was campaigning for that person, but myself, I couldn't vote because I did not know that the state I wanted to register in had their voters registration closed already. So that is why you need to do it as soon as possible. As soon as you are done watching this video, go and register for your PVC. You have seen how it works. It is quite easy. You can register for it tonight. Select your registration, your PVC, your biometric registration tomorrow, and go and register. Do not wait for anybody. If you are watching this during the day and you can still do it today while you are watching it, do it please, so that we can get a lot of persons to vote in 2027. A lot of youths were unable to vote in 2023 because they did not know that you were supposed to register for their PVC earlier. So when they got to know, it was late. Someone like me, I was in that category. Guess what? I'm no longer in that category because I have registered for my PVC, and as soon as they start sharing PVC, I'll go collect mine, and I'm going to vote in 2023. So there's not in 2027. Sorry, there's nothing like how I couldn't vote. I wouldn't be able to vote for my preferred candidate because I didn't have my PVC. I'm going to get my PVC. I've registered for it. As soon as it's ready and I get the notification for it, I'm going to go collect it and I'm going to vote. So I hope this has encouraged you to get your PVC. So go click on I'm going to put the registration link for INEC portal on this video and in the description. Go and get registered for your PVC. Like I do say in my PVC challenge, this is the John Patrick PVC challenge. Get your PVC, tag 3 people, and let's take responsibility. Cheers. So in the next episode, I'll be talking about how election works. I'm going to explain it via this manual. And let me just tell you, while I already said that in earlier, and I was the PO, which is the presiding officer of the polling units where I serve, and we worked well. My APO 1, APO 2, APO 3, perfect. They worked really well, and we had a very good election. So I'm going to tell you how elections works, what you need to know before election, what you can do during election and after election. So watch out for the next episode. See you.